For Game Week 3 FPL Addicts podcast, coming to you from the Black Horse Inn in St Helens. Let's go.
Could be my most favourite intro yet, that really.
I bet you most people would not be expecting that, that's for sure, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, not at all, mate. But guys, welcome to the FPL Addicts podcast. As you can see, Reedy has found himself in a cafe, not Dino's cafe, but he's in a cafe in St Helens.
In a pub, mate. In a pub. Yeah.
Enjoying a pint and a bit of brunch. What have you been eating there, mate?
Been on the mixed grill, mate. You know, no messing about. Straight in there. Chicken, steak, sausage, mushrooms. You know, all the rest that go with it.
All the trimmings, mate, and I'm not surprised you've ordered the whole menu on one plate.
How are you going, mate? You good?
Yeah, everything's good, mate. Obviously, me and you tonight. I don't know if Chaza might be joining us towards the end of the stream. It depends if he gets back on time from his train or wherever he's been at, the crazy mullet. Rev and Chaza were on last week for Game Week 2. Hope everyone enjoyed it, and they've put up a few what they call reels this week on our Instagram. Have you checked them out? A couple of tips.
Yeah. I've had a look at Mikey's Eze one, and you know, Eze, funnily enough, dropped in price. Whether it was because of Mikey's video, I don't really know.
It was like something on the stock exchange, wasn't it, mate? As soon as Mikey talks about everyone sold.
Sold them as soon as possible. Yeah, no. So I've seen Mikey's. I enjoyed it. To be fair, it was a good little reel. And you know what? I think he's got a point. I don't think, I know we're bantering him a little bit, saying Eze's price has dropped, but he's not been bad. He's not played bad. So if he does something this weekend, would you be surprised? Probably not.
Yeah, it's just whether he backs it or not. He hasn't got him in his team, have he? I guess we can have a look at that. But
I don't think so.
We'll have to actually see if he's going to actually back himself, which I think Rev gets that quite a bit. He says something and never backs himself, does he?
We had that last season. Yeah. Funnily enough, you're right. So I don't think he'll bring him in this week, from what I know anyway. But you never know. We could be surprised before the deadline later on today. And I think we've got him back. We've lost him for the minute.
Mate. My apologies. Go for it. Go on.
But yeah, I was just saying that we never know before the deadline. He might end up giving us a surprise and bringing him in at some point today.
Yeah, we'll see how many surprises are in store for this week. Obviously, a bit of a challenging week already. This one, there's a lot of flags on numbers of players in the Premier League for FPL. A lot of our good assets. I've got some question marks over, and we'll quickly go through them. We know this is going to be a bit of an express one stream tonight, just purely because Reedy's got food to get through. But we'll get into it anyway. We'll have a quick look at some of the results from Game Week 2. A couple of assets maybe that we could review. But I think first of all, we started at Forest, 2-1 from Forest. I think the big one, Chris Wood is back in the game, mate.
Yeah, Chris Wood, what a guy coming back, and I don't want to say coming back from the dead, but this guy obviously is the forgotten man almost after he was knocking in goals for Newcastle and so on. But yeah, nice for him to get on the score sheet, and I think Forest as well getting a home win, not too shabby. A 1 year, again, this guy, he's only a young kid, come from the German league, and I think he got maybe a goal disallowed as well, possibly. He's doing well for Forest, so
mate,
yeah, 2-1 win for them.
What about this guy? 2 assists. Out of
2
nowhere.
assists. Do you know what though? Right, this guy would be in more people's FPL teams if. Well, I suppose the first one is if he wasn't a Forest, because they're more likely going to get beat than not most weeks. But then the second one, if he wasn't so inconsistent and hit and miss, like as you can see there, he's got a yellow card, and in the past, he's got himself a stupid, or a silly red card as well. So yeah, good player, but it's just one of those. I don't think he'd ever quite make it into our teams.
No, fair enough. And next game, got to highlight this one. Obviously, we know the big man Ivan Toney's out of the game for the next.
I wonder why we're highlighting this one, Jack. Is there a reason?
Yeah, well, obviously we've got to mention this one. And Bermo obviously grabbing 2 goals on this one, and Wissa. Now, I made a big move for game week 2. Took out, who did I take out on my team? I took out Richarlison after the obviously his dreadful display game week 1.
I mean,
Dropped down the price, and Bermo 2 goals on this one. What a move for me. And obviously we'll get into that when we look at our teams. But yeah, happy with that. 2 goals from him on pens as well. He's flying, isn't he?
Yeah, and Bumo's looking really good at the minute. Obviously, all the people who put him in at the beginning of the season, he was part of the template, if you like. 6.5 along with Matoma. You could either have one or the other, or you could have both. With the likes of João Pedro being an option up front, and cheap asset. So yeah, he, in that game as well. I don't want to use the word he was lucky, but obviously got the penalty, and I think it became a little bit easier for Brentford because Fulham had the man sent off as well, so they were down to 10, and he got his goal right at the end, 90+2. So it might have been a similar story to the first week. It was like 7 points I think he got. Could have been a similar thing, but obviously you got on the right side of it, mate. Fair play to you for correcting your error of bringing Richarlison in. He's absolutely hopeless.
Pony, hopeless, the pony Brazilian. But no, you're right. I think it was a good move by somehow. I know he's making some big moves this week for game week 3 already. We'll get onto that a little bit later in the pod. But elsewhere, Liverpool up and running 3-1. All the strikers getting near enough on the score sheet.
Yeah. I mean, Diego Jota, Diaz, Salah. I think people who captain Salah. A little bit disappointed. Sorry that he didn't get more than just the 1 goal, albeit after missing his penalty, of course. So if you brought Jota in, happy days, great move. If you already had Diaz or had Salah, wonderful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What are you drinking today, by the way, Reedy? What's the? Are you keeping hydrated?
Drinking a pint of Coors. Let's see if
pint of Coors, mate. Nice to have a pint of Coors while you're on the pod, mate. I do enjoy that. That's a decent little shout.
Bit of sausage as always.
You enjoy that, mate. Big thanks to everyone who's jumped on the pod to watch us live. Obviously, we've got a few regulars on here. Colm, good to see you, mate. He's waiting for Chaza to enter the building. Tiffany, great to see you. Hope you're well over the ditch. That's New Zealand, over the pond in America. And then Gary, thanks for joining us too. Colm is asking if Reedy's taking a -8 already. It might not be Reedy who's taking the -8. It might be someone else.
Just as well, just to go back to on Brentford very quickly, I've had my mate nudge me in because he had Wissa in his fantasy team.
Oh,
and
he
said Wissa didn't get a mention. I know none of us had him. Chaza might have him. I've got a feeling Chaza's got him. I might be wrong on that one. But that's another guy, Wissa racking up the points. So yeah, just to jump back on that one. Sorry to interrupt you. This beer is getting to me, innit? These bubbles.
Oh my days! Ultimate professional. That's what we do on here. But yeah, Wissa, top striker, obviously stepping in for Tony. He's definitely one on the watch list for sure. Because I think if Brentford do carry on the form what they had last season, carry it into this season, which they've started off well already. Good fixtures. He's definitely going to be set for goals. So look forward to maybe bringing him into the team in the not too distant future. Of course, Brighton, Solly Marsh, 2 goals, bam, a Stupinan goal and assist. Oh my days, I can't believe he's not in my team. He was in the template. I know obviously 50% of FPL owned him in week 1. That is obviously gone significantly increased now. And then Matoma, one of your boys, and obviously one of the exciting assets from last season. Yeah, flying Brighton and Wolves. Wolves, got demolished at home.
Yeah. I mean, Brighton, I think Brighton are going to be that type of team this season. I think they're always going to score goals. Similar to Liverpool, not guaranteed a clean sheet, but obviously the fixtures for Brighton are unbelievable. And when I say unbelievable, I'm talking about from game week 10 to 28. Yeah. I mean, and that seems like a long period, but from game week 10 to 28, you've got maybe a Spurs and an Arsenal, chuck them in there. Other than that, their fixtures are cream, So, yeah, solid March. I mean, top point scorer in FPL at the minute, right?
Mate, he's flying. He actually made it onto the thumbnail tonight as well, so he deserves it. And I think he's definitely one on the watch list again if you've not got him in already, because obviously a lot of people have got triple Brighton assets. So if you have managed to squeeze him in, fantastic. And I've got no doubt he'll be on the watch list for a number of FPL managers. Obviously, we won't talk about this result with Spurs and United. But elsewhere, City and Newcastle. Alvarez got on the score sheet for City. Happy days. He's in obviously mine and Rev's team, so we were pretty happy with that.
Alvarez and let's mention also Foden getting the assist and picking up bonus points. So I'm sure Rev's happy.
Phil Foden stepping in. He had quite a bit of a quiet first half, but second half he turned it on. And he started getting the ball, trying to get the ball through to Haaland, but get the ball to Alvarez. But definitely doing a lot more. It's going to be a big opportunity for Foden now while De Bruyne is out, and if they don't bring anyone in before the end of the window, then they're going to be looking. He's going to be looking like a great asset to own as well. And quickly elsewhere, Villa bouncing back after the demolition from Newcastle that they had. Big 4-0 win against Everton. Shame, Rev isn't on here this evening to give him a bit, but he understands where everyone's coming from. Leon Bailey getting a goal and assist in there, and Watkins getting on the score sheet on the assist as well for FPL managers. West Ham, it's unbelievable. I actually didn't see that Ward-Prowse transfer go through just because working like crazy and getting 2 assists on his debut. He's flying, and is he someone everyone needs to be looking at as well, Reedy?
I don't know. I wouldn't put it in the everyone category. But however, my good friend who's now just gone, I'm guessing for a toilet break. He's actually, we were talking about moves before, and he's brought in Ward-Prowse, and I said, why have you done that?
He's gone.
He's brought him in. I mean, he got 2 assists last week. He's going to be at the forefront of any team that he plays for with the set pieces and so on. Going back to what you say, though, about is he someone you're looking at bringing in? Not quite, only because of the fixtures that West Ham have.
6 million, good price. But like you said, the fixtures coming up, they've got Brighton away. I mean, Luton at home's all right, but then they've got a City. So, I mean, and City then you. So they've got some pretty tough ones, but thereafter, you feel like he might be a decent asset to own, right?
Potentially. I mean, I'll be honest, I would have took him at Liverpool. I would have took him at ourselves. And I mean,
Liverpool going after everyone, aren't they? Because they haven't really got a strategy, right?
We're going after all sorts. Yeah, you're right, Jack. But I mean, I'd say I'd even said him to United instead of Mount. What a waste of a transfer, I'd have said Ward-Prowse creative. I know you've got Eriksen and Bruno, but Ward-Prowse is he's a specialist, isn't he, at what he does? So good player, but I don't think he's on the radar for me at the moment.
And Chelsea assets, obviously a lot of talk about Chelsea assets coming in for their fixture run that they've got. Not great when you're looking at this result.
It's not. I'm getting the same vibe as last season, really. Still figuring out who their best players are. They've signed more and more players. They don't know who's going to be playing in midfield. Chukwuemeka's now out. It's difficult to get on Chelsea defenders at the minute. I know they've got these nice fixtures, but I'd really kind of want to be on Chilwell. If I get 6 points for his clean sheet, hopefully I'll get an attacking return as well, and that's how I kind of look at it at the minute.
Yeah, fair enough. And then finishing up, obviously Arsenal, the attacking assets haven't really got going yet for Arsenal as planned. Obviously I know you gave me a lot of earache about that as well, you and Rev, but kind of doing all right without them at the moment. But obviously Ødegaard got the goal, Nketiah with the assist.
Yeah. It was a tough one. Palace played really well at home, to be honest. Mitchell handled Saka really well, played good against him. And, I mean, if you're a Saka captain like myself, you've gone against Haaland this week, you'd be absolutely made up when Arsenal get a penalty. Oh, no, wait there. Martin Ødegaard steps up, not back at Yuko Saka. So,
apparently it was just between them on the pitch. Ryan Arteta was like, yeah, not a problem.
Yeah,
I found strange as well, though. I found that really strange.
Yeah. They just want to troll people,
covering.
these guys, don't they? Same with Watkins owners. I mean, Douglas Luiz as well, stepping up to take their penalty. So it really is the year of a normal season that's actually trolling us. You know what I mean? All these crazy seasons we've had prior. Now it's back to the normal business. But, we're already finding out that things are going Pete Tong in the first 2 game weeks.
Good old Pete Tong. I think what we'll do, we'll jump into looking at how our league is looking in the podcast mini. So we'll go here first, and then we'll get into the our leagues with our fans and audience and members and see who's doing well. But as you can see, Elliot Craig, the forgotten Newcastle man, he got 42 points. He's at the bottom of the league, which is nice to see. Obviously, he delivered 42 points this week. Next up, myself, much improved this week versus last week, thanks to Mbuemo. 47 points, highest in our league. Obviously, got done with a Turner one, fell for it. Steele got 1 extra point, so maybe should have just backed him. Akanji delivering the clean sheet and the bonus point. Obviously, Shaw's got a 1 point now. Obviously, with United's result not great. Gabriel came on for what, 30 minutes was it again?
Not even that. Maybe 20.
Not even that. Maybe 20. 1 point. Trent. Not happening for him just yet, as of when he finished last season. 2 points. Salah with a 5, obviously with the goal, but the penalty miss. And Buemo, 16 points. Happy days. Captain's armband would be nice. Rashford, blimey, 2 points for him. Poor display. And then obviously we'll get on to him a bit more. But Haaland, Alvarez delivering 11 points between them. Captain's armband didn't go well for me. João Pedro didn't get a look in. So, I've got Chukwuemeka on the bench there with a 5. But as you can see, a couple of flags on my players already. We'll get to that in the preview. But listen, not the worst result and worst number of points. Improving after being bottom of the league after game week 1, which I know you loved. But yeah, definitely improvement and kept me close in the game. So 110 points overall for me. Ollie Walker-Peel in 4th with 111. And Reedy getting Tasty Baby, 112, only 2 points above me. Considering all the shit that you give me, only 2 points in it already. So, Reedy, take it away, son.
Yeah, I mean, a similar thing to you in regards to not doing too well defensively, of course. Turner conceded. I think it was a banger as well of a goal, if I remember rightly. Forest conceded, so not much you can really do in that respect. Estupiñán, Purvis Estupiñán, you absolute dreamer. So, 11 points, goal and assist. I know he picked up a yellow and Brighton got the clean wiped out. I mean, if he'd have kept that clean and not got the yellow, you're talking even more points in the bag. But you can't complain. 11 points from a wing-back defender. And then midfield, let down by the Arsenal and the United guys. United guys not really doing much. I think we're expecting much more this week, hopefully anyway. And Matoma coming through again. What a goal against Wolves that was. Great goal. Saka got me the 6 because I captained him. And then, pretty standard from Haaland and Gakpo. Gakpo was a bit of a punt, I'm not going to lie, at the beginning of the season, but it was more of a see how he goes. Obviously, it's not worked out, so he got 2 points for him as well. So, not too bad. Could have been a bit better. I'd like to minimum 50 points this week, but what can you do, eh?
Yeah, donuts on the bench as well. Not much happening on there, right?
Nope.
No.
Not much to write home about.
There we go. Elsewhere, second place in the podcast mini league, we've got the Reverend, 118 points. He'll be happy with that. Obviously, he's the highest he's ever been in our league, but he's got Foden in there, as we know, delivering 9 points with that triple City attacking lineup, looking really good and really nice in there. He has got a great team on paper, to fair, Rev. Obviously not totally going his way either, but Estupiñán covering him here with 11. Top of the league, the man of steel, Chaza Roberts. It's funny because the league is upside down at the moment, isn't it? I think Chaza and Rev were both at the bottom of the last season.
Yeah. I'm mid-table, which is about right. I mean, I think Elliot, though, actually.
Elliot was top for ages.
It literally is. You couldn't be more right, mate. It is. The league's upside down.
Absolutely flipped. So Chaza has been away pre-season, done a lot more research, and he's getting things done. He's taking care of it. 45 points this week. Estupiñán, another highlight for him. Matoma as well, as we've mentioned. And he's got Ollie Watkins in there, which is a differential in our kind of podcast with 5 points. So yeah, he's looking good in there. Yeah, and progressing things nicely. And obviously, he's just waiting for the Arsenal assets to hit. Oh, the Reverend is on as well. But I'll say hello to Q as well from FPL Amateurs of Us. Quentin, I hope you're all good, fella. And here we go, Mikey No Font, reverse table. Yeah, 100%, mate.
See how long it lasts for Mikey, won't we? You know, he gives all the talk. And
bit of a bottle job. Bit of a bottle job is our Mike, isn't he? We'll see how we go. He's missed the Mikey. You missed the review of Everton. We just kind of skipped past it, along with Man United as well. To be fair,
we didn't talk about United, did we? Yeah. Come on, Forest.
Yeah, better left unsaid. So what I'll do as well, I'm just gonna have a quick look at the podcast. The Public Mini League, so the FPL Public League. So Ethan K, I've been messaging Ethan actually. He's pretty keen. If he can carry on his form, I might bring him onto the podcast actually. So 82 points in the game week. Like, what on earth?
Insane. 82 points is
played his wild card. He went early game week 2.
Oh, he's got
he did. This is what you should have done last year. This is what yours should look like. Game week 2 when you did the wild card. This is what it should look like. So he went. What do you bring in here? Walker, Stupinan, and Buemo. You got Mads. He captained Solly Marsh. Where's that even come from?
Wow. I mean, these people are absolute lunatics, but it paid off. So fair play to him. Well done.
Yeah. He's got a nice squad actually there. So yeah, well done to the big fella. And was it Benjamin Sarpong in second place there? Yeah. Ethan K's even put his team name to 1. Some balls on that. Couldn't work.
Also, before you go off it, Jack, if you just scroll down for me,
go ahead.
You might need to go a couple of pages here, but if you just go to, I think it's keep going. Oh wait. Next page. I think it's the next page actually. Yes, keep going up to.
There's JC. There's JC. There's Simon JC. As well. Got a few of the regulars in there.
Yeah. Keep going up. So if you go to around 70th place, maybe. I've got a feeling.
Steve Smalley.
Yeah. Keep going up. See, there's a few names in here, but there it is. Bill Shankly, boys 24. So
Jamie Cargill,
my good friend Jamie, who I'm sat with at the moment, he's a Liverpool fan like myself.
I can't believe you've not got him live on the pod, mate.
He's currently if I just
is he
he's currently tucking into a pack.
There we go.
Chowing down the sausage. No, he's sipping on the cause, mate. He's 72nd at the minute. I mean, he's doing okay. I mean, I know 70th seems quite high, but if you look at the standards, the guys at the top are saying, the points they've got. Obviously, it's difficult to get to that point at the moment. But I said to him, I'll give you a little shout out. So there he is.
Jamie, well done, mate. That score.
He's brought in Ward Prowse as well this week.
There we go. Mate, you need to start. You need to get him on the pod. He should be delivering the pod, not all this nonsense. But yeah, well done, Jamie. Sitting on 55 points for the game week, 232 overall, and 800k, pretty much 810k overall. Nice work, Jay. Enjoy that pint, mate. Read his round.
Nice.
So in the women's, we will also go there and see who is sitting at the top of the league. And that is Becca Webster with the Haaland shake. 74 points. Well done. Unbelievable. 3.3k overall. You're flying. Who else have we got in there who we know? I know Tanya in 4th. Well done, Tanya. She's got 72 points this week. Cracking job. Where is Mina? Mira, she's not up there. Carmina is up there. 8th place, 55 points. Well done, Carmina. The girls not seeing much of them on theirs. What was their bloody name? Team name? Can't remember. Hungry for more.
That was it. Hungry for more.
So I hope the girls are good. But yeah, nice work in there. Good stuff. But elsewhere, let's have a look now. Getting some of the comments. Like Colm, he's saying 1 and 2 in the top 1K, the SCR. Q saying he's that guy from space. His score is out of this world, 100%. Gary, 199 places of the leader at 200. Bloody hell, that is far off. Mikey's talking about Eze. We'll get onto that soon.
Oh, he's banging the drum, is he again?
He's banging the drum for Eze in the Palace. And let's have Christopher C. Yeah, I'll read it. What is your thoughts on bench boost with a bench of Turner, S2, Pedro, and Colwill? Is that a bit too soon?
Yeah.
When would you like to use your bench? When would you advise the listeners to be using the bench boost? When's the best scenario to be using it?
I mean, I think obviously with Forest having United this week, Brighton having West Ham, And then you've got really
Chelsea assets.
The only problem is, I mean, Colwell could keep a clean sheet. Pedro's likely to play now because we've seen Enciso could be out for a while. So that's good for Pedro owners.
Yeah.
But it doesn't scream bench boost to me. I'm not going to lie. I think with the money that we have this season, the way we can spread the funds and so on, you can literally create such a good bench. So I personally, I would just say hold off for now.
Yeah, maybe just hold off, Chris. But good luck if you do go for it. Do let us know if you are hitting that bench boost button. All right, let's get into what this kind of game week looks like. A bit of discussion now, Reedy. Obviously, there is news. You are our English correspondent. You are getting the news thick and fast. I'll be going to bed very shortly, and you'll be changing your team around. So you'll be ahead of the game because I can't do this. I can't do these all-nighters waiting for the team news anymore. So obviously we're looking at the likes of obviously my team, right? I've got like Luke Shaw. He's out, muscle injury, out for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to have to make moves on him. We'll go through kind of some of the team news, then we'll go into our preview kind of squads, all right? So yeah, Shaw, best replacements for Shaw? Top of your head?
Oh, top of my head, best replacements. I mean, I've got Shaw as well, so this kind of...
If you haven't got a stupid on, you're going to stupid, right? Surely.
This applies to myself. I've got Luke Shaw. I've also got Gabriel. So I'm in a bit of limbo. I mean, I've got Chilwell and a Stupinan. And I'm going to, look at playing Gabriel. And hopefully with Tomiyasu and Timber out, Gabriel gets a start against Fulham this weekend.
Yeah.
If not, I've got Kabore coming off the bench and he plays Chelsea tonight. So see how that pans out. But I think immediate replacements for Luke Shaw, I think based on the fixtures off the top of my head, I'd potentially go someone like a City defender.
Yeah.
City defender for me. I think either Guardiola or a Akanji. I think Pep really likes Akanji. If you do want to play it safe and you want someone who's nailed, I think Diaz is probably the one to pick for City. Other than that,
especially with Laporte going as well now, right?
Yeah, certainly. And another one off the top of my head would be a Brentford defender. I mean, I think
Rico Henry.
Those are the guys I'd be looking at personally.
Yeah, great shout. I did write some notes down. I got a Stupinan, if you haven't got him already, obviously. Chilwell in everyone's thoughts in that one after a great game week 1. Obviously not so much great game week 2. Gusto as well, 4 mil.
Gusto, yeah. Not my flavour of the week, personally.
He looks a bit a hot shot going into this one with 4 mil, great budget enabler as well. And
but it just depends. Depends how thin your bench is. I mean, if you've not got great defenders in there, you've got a guy who might be in for 2 weeks and Reece James could be back then. Also, what I would say with Gusto is he's not the most attacking fullback. He might get you those 6 points, happy days, but I'm just not set on him. I'm really not set. I'd rather go for someone like a Colwell or I can't pronounce his name or remember his name. Is it Diassi?
Diassi,
Yeah, it's sassy. So, I'd go for those two ahead of Gusto, personally.
Fair enough. We've got the Reverend jumping into the comments. He's going Udogie from obviously Spurs, who looks decent player, kept the clean sheet against Man United. I also put Porro from Spurs as an option. And then, that's that one for me. So a couple of replacements there. So hopefully that helps you kind of navigate some of them moves. Maddison with a flag on. Should owners be concerned about him? Do you reckon he'd be right? He obviously left the game last week against Man United in a boot. Just cautionary maybe, and he should be okay because he did play the full 90.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Maddison, he's got a knock and he's trained unrestricted today with basically positive signs that he'll be available for the trip to Bournemouth. So anyone who's got him, it could well be a hold because that is a really, really good fixture for Spurs anyway. And coming on the back of beating United 2-0, I know it's away, but, I think Maddison could potentially be a hold now with that good news from their manager.
Yeah, fair enough. Obviously,
Udogie as well. Udogie, just to go on Rev shout. I think he's really high on Udogie. For me, I don't know if you agree on this, Jack, but for me, from a rotational point of view for Spurs, I just don't know whether Davies going to come in at some point more experienced. These young players only, if they go off the boil a little bit, just get dropped like flies, don't they? So great move. I don't think it's a bad move, but I just think this is a little bit similar to the Gusto one, really. Just don't like the idea of them potentially not being a mainstay in their team.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, obviously Bournemouth away, Burnley away, Southampton, Sheffield United at home. Good fixtures, as you say, good attacking ones for Ange to go at. Don't know if he's going to do that rotation all in, but maybe saving Davies for those harder games with Arsenal, Liverpool in the distance, maybe after the international break. Possibly not. See how he goes. But yeah, he's cheap. He's very cheerful, and we'll see how he goes. Right. I think elsewhere. Obviously, we had Trent on with a bit of a knock during the week. I've kind of kept all on to him. I think, obviously, praying he comes good because I've invested a lot of cash into him. But that's kind of
the news is, Jack.
What's the postman said, mate?
He's been past the fit to play this weekend. So it's good news for you, obviously, in your team. You don't have to worry about taking him out. So yeah, all good.
Happy days there. Elsewhere, what have we got? I made a note. So a couple of transfers. Obviously, we spoke about a couple of Brentford assets already. And Wemo, at the time of recording this one, we're live on Friday evening, lunchtime in the UK. And Wemo, 975,000 managers have brought him in this week. Wissa, 710. 1,000 and a Estupiñán nearly 700k as well transfers. So everyone's jumping on the Wissa bandwagon. So it's not. I think after last week game week, everyone's jumping on top of them on Brentford players. So yeah, they're the top 3 transfers in for the game week. What's your thoughts?
Well, it's all the casuals, isn't it? Let's be honest. Going for these players, they've seen him do well after a couple of weeks, and they've gone, "Oh, I'll get this guy." I mean, one thing you can say, if you don't go on them at the minute, if you don't want to jump to them, they've got Palace at home, decent enough fixture. Palace were good against Arsenal, but Palace, as we see over the years, they can be so hit and miss. Turn it one week and be really poor the next week. So, for me, I would like to get Mbumo or Wissa, but I think I've just got other priorities at the minute. But yeah, they seem to be the rave at the moment. The Brentford players, the Brighton players, they're the guys to bring in, it seems.
Yeah, they are certainly looking good. Next 2 fixtures, Crystal Palace at home, Bournemouth at home, and then Newcastle away after the international break, but still good fixtures thereafter. I won't reel them all off just like Rev did in game week 1. But yeah, I think some good ones there. Transfers out. So these are top movers coming out. Stones has been shipped out. James has been shipped out. And the third most transferred player out is Gabriel from Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm fully expecting Kabore to be my third defender this week. It's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, well, question marks over that. We've got a couple of questions coming in. Christopher is jumped in again. Last chance for Rashford and or Bruno. Listen, with my... Oh, Reed is gone, so I'll carry on. It looks like his free Wi-Fi at the pub might have run out. But I think from Rashford and Bruno, I've got question marks over. I'll be holding Rashford, absolutely. I don't think I've got any... I'm not rushing personally to get rid of him. So I hope that helps Chris. Maybe just sit and hold. United will kick on. You've got to believe, especially against Forest as well. It's looking like a fixture that you want them to be on. Mikey jumped in. Richarlison owners about to feast there. Absolutely. Sambo, what do you reckon? Play Eze or João Pedro? If the Reverend was here, you'd be playing Eze. João Pedro, with the news, he's probably going to start. I'm just worried if he plays his next one. I don't know how far, what the injury news and Cisco's like, but if he's out, here he's back, Reedy. I just told the listeners that your free Wi-Fi at the pub right now.
Do you know what? I literally just closed the tab down and went, oh, no, that was it. It was gone.
It happens to the best of us, mate. I think we just mentioned there, Sambo jumped in the comments, Eze or João Pedro this week. I said Rev would probably play Eze, and I said João Pedro will probably obviously start this week, but I think there's a rotation risk with João. I don't know how long's have you got team news about and Cisco? How long is out for?
It could be a bad one. Could be an ACL.
Is it a bad one, right?
It could be an ACL. So, you'd expect João Pedro to be in there. What De Zerbi has said is that, he doesn't particularly, or he wants João Pedro's work rate to improve off the ball and so on. He seems a bit lazy. I didn't rate him before Brighton signed him. I thought at Watford he was okay when he was in the Prem and so on, but he's a young kid. So, I think the bonus for FPL managers is that he's on pens, and if he's starting games and he's on pens, happy days. So, there's no real need to rush him out, but I would personally, I would go for João this week over Eze. I think now with that injury news of Incy, so they've got West Ham, they're at home. Yeah, I mean, if you can go both, go both. I'd play João and Eze. I think Eze's looked really good, but I just think a Brentford away fixture seems a bit tricky.
Yeah, fantastic. And here is the man.
Hello, guys.
Chaza Roberts.
There he is.
Hello. Sorry, I'm late. Here we are. I'm great, thank you. How are you both?
Oh, we're flying, mate. Reedy's on his 4th pint during the pod, so he's flying.
To be fair, I would have done the same if alcohol was at my disposal. But there you go. Hey, I've got some merch for you. So we'll get back to FPL really shortly. So my mate Costa, he's in charge of one new FC. I do a camera operating role for games every week during the winter season. I got a nice one new FC hoodie tonight.
Did you promise him a shout out on the pod?
No, not at all. I just thought I'd show everyone what I've wearing, that's all.
Nice. Looks comfy, really warm.
Looks good, mate. Looks good, Chaza.
Yeah.
Yes, nice. And it did a nice personalised message too.
Do you have to keep the tag on?
No, but I reckon it's heritage listed because it's a really positive affirmation.
I like it, mate. I like it. Well, well, once you get all branded FPL Addicts 1-0 hoodies for us, I'll be smashing, mate. Thank you.
Yeah. Nice. I'll do my best to get onto it.
All right, Chaza. Top man, well, good for you to join us, mate. We're just discussing a bit of team news for this week, the big transfers, ins and outs. We've gone through a few of them, few questions. I've just had a heart attack when I've seen this because I've made a move this week and Arteta said Jesus is ready to start. That's all we need of a headache. I think I'm about to go and delete my FPL team or maybe hit the wildcard button after I've just brought in a player.
No, you brought in Eddie.
I did. I went Eddie.
Oh no!
I went early in the week, and then I saw the shot because I thought, we'll get onto team news. I'll get onto my team soon, but I feel disgusting. Right, let's get Reedy's team. Reedy, have you got your share screen up?
No, but I will. I'll get it.
Brilliant, mate. I love it when you're asking for it and then not ready. No,
it's semi at the minute. I'll get it.
Oh God, here we go.
Want me to do mine, Jack, or mine's ready?
There we go, boys.
Chaza will do Reedy because he's got to jump and then soon, and then me and you'll finish off the pod if he has to go. All right, Reedy, moves this week. This is your game week 3 preview. Go.
This is the one. Well, we're going for that absolute gimp. Well, I can't really say that, but that absolute troll, Jordan Pickford. I mean, I'm not expecting a clean sheet. If I get it, happy days. But yeah, he's my goalie for this week as Turner's got United. I'm going with Gabriel. Does he start? Doesn't he? We don't really know with Arteta these days. He's playing a bit of the pep mind games. Gabriel's been out the first 2 games on the bench and then come on for a little cameo to absolutely shaft us. So yeah, Estupiñán, of course. What a guy. He's got to be in the team. Chilwell, plump fixture against Luton tonight. So hopefully we get a return from him. And then, I'm keeping faith in the Arsenal and the United guys at the minute. 2 nice fixtures. I don't think there's any need to hop off these as of yet. And, Matoma just, does what he does best, really. Get your points, exactly. Arlen Capitano, no question about it. Sheffield United away. And my move for this week, my one transfer has been Nicholas Jackson in for Gakpo. Now, I know he's not done much. Currently sat on 4 points, or not even that, 2 points actually. After playing Liverpool and West Ham. He's had chances, though. He has had chances. He's missed a couple of easy ones, to be fair to him. And I'm just hoping that tonight's the night he kind of, gets off the mark against Luton, who should really be getting battered by most teams this season. So, that's me for this week. Bench is thin. But, I mean, Luke Shaw injury obviously goes to the back of the bench. I don't feel like I need to put that fire out as of yet. I can kind of maybe wait on that until next week. Would you agree, boys, or no?
Reedy, I've got a question for you already. Now, usually people would be asking me questions because that's just the sort of manager I am in general on this podcast. But why is Gabriel there? Are you not transferring him out?
No, I want to try. I want 2 transfers for next week, mate. So I am going to hope that at home to Fulham, Arteta goes, right, Gabriel, you're back in the side. You're my man for this week at least, and I can put that fire out maybe next week. I mean, at the moment, if anything, Luke Shaw has now become more of a priority to move out than Gabriel. So that's the way I'm looking at it. And if it gets, even if I get 1 point from Kabore, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. I'm keeping Gabriel for now. I think initially the reason I was keeping him was so I could play Shaw because I knew he'd start. Now that's out the equation. I'm kind of going, oh, well, I'm just hoping Gabriel starts. So yeah, that's me. 1 move, Nicholas Jackson in, roll the other transfer, Haaland captain, Abosh.
Yeah, so 9 of our players are similar already.
Yeah, mate, that's the case for everyone. I think very similar teams at the beginning of the season. I think we're going to find that, and then when we start tweaking, I think next week I've got a couple of moves in the bag. I want to make those 2 free transfers, and I think when we come to the wild cards as well, we're going to see a bit of a shake up with that. So yeah,
right.
Great work, Reedy. Good luck, mate. That Jackson one, interesting.
It is.
I think it's a bit like, I feel like it's Football Manager when Luton are in this. Do you know, like back in the day, and you go Chelsea versus, it's going to be like a 7-0, and you think Jackson will bag a hat trick, right? Like champ manager of all days. But we know every chance with this Chelsea team. John David, thank you for joining us from Malaysia. What is up? I hope you're well. Thanks for joining us. Anyone who's jumped in the podcast stream live, do please give us a like on the stream. Hit the subscribe button and keep jumping in the comments. Let us know who you're bringing in for Game Week 3, and let us know any other plans that you're doing. Are you playing any chips? There has already been a bench boost talk, and who you're captain as well, because we're getting to ours soon. Sambo, appreciate the GIMP shout. And elsewhere, Mikey Chaza is bringing new sponsors in every week. Yes, he is. He's lining them up. Let's get on to the next one. Chaza,
all right.
You can go next, sir.
Off we go. I pressed add to stream. That's if it. Yes. So this is mine in a minute. Once it decides to scroll down, can it scroll down on your end? Yes, it can. So 1 transfer being made. Gabriel has gone out for Kyle Walker. I had 2 free transfers heading into the game week, and I feel this is the best way to utilise it. Yeah. I don't really need to go through my team because everyone, I'm sure people did their reading lessons when they were younger kids. But Haaland is.
What about the ones who are listening on the podcast, mate?
Okay, all right. Let me do a TalkSport type go through introduction for Game Week 3. So in goal, Sam Johnson. Away at Brentford, then you got Chilwell for your Friday night specialist. Estupinian, just the man in between, the meat and the sandwich, as one would say. And then else, Kyle Walker. Then you have double Arsenal, double United in midfield, and then you have Matoma on the right. And then up front, there's Ollie Watkins, Haaland Skip, and the bench speaks for itself.
Does it?
All right, well, it's Turner, Osula, Bulldog, and Kabore.
Might as well do the full Monty, mate. Don't just go halfway. Looking good, mate. Looking good. Transfers this week.
It was Gabriel to Walker.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, Gabriel to Walker. Decent, mate. I like it.
Yeah. So.
All right. Any other thoughts? Are you happy with everything?
No, that's it for me for this week. Yeah.
All right, flying. Reedy's got to go. So let's just say Tarata Reedy.
Well, I'm not going yet, Jack. I want to see your shambles of a team.
Come on, let's go.
I've got a couple of minutes, before I get my next fight in.
Oh my days! Let's just before we get onto my team, let's have a look on this one. Oh, look at Jamie Cargill's jumped in the chat as well. Welcome, Jamie. 72nd in the Public Mini League. Here he is. James Ward-Prowse, owner. Happy days. What a shout that is. Cheers for joining us, Jamie. Live next to Reedy and on the stream. Chaza, sponsored by Head & Shoulders next. I thought I always had down a bit of a Tresemme. Yeah. Right, let's go on to my team here. Let's have a look at this shambles. What have I done? So,
mate, you've got Ngumo.
Relax. Listen, let's have a look at this, right? So Luke's Steele's gone back into goal, right? Steele's back in. Baby. Trent, flag's gone off him, thank goodness. So he's in. Akanji, Guess who's back in my team? Zinchenko.
Oh,
He should
my
be due to
God.
play too.
Come on down, Zinchenko. Come on down, son. Can't wait for Zinchenko. He's back training. Got some minutes last week. It was barely any, but he's back. Tomiyasu suspended. Tierney been shipped off on loan to Real Sociedad. He ain't getting a look in. So if Partey moves along and Partey's off on the sideline, Ben White ship him off to the right. Gabriel back in, potentially, because I've still got him on the bench. And then we'll see where we're at.
So let's see your bench, Jack. Who have you got?
Hang on a minute. Salah midfield and Burmo, Rashford and Garnacho, giving him a start. I think this is his... he's going to get a start this week, Garnacho. And if he doesn't score, he'll be getting shipped off as well. And then up top, and I've got Haaland and Alvarez, and then Nketiah I brought in midweek after he got the assist. I thought I'm going to get him in instead of João Pedro. And then obviously, then the injuries happened, and I've seen the injury news about Cisco. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. So that's where I've struggled here. On the bench, obviously, I've got a few fires to put out. Chukwuemeka, Baldock, and I've got Gabriel on the bench. So I've taken a -4 this week to bring Zinchenko in, and then Nketiah as well.
Gabriel, that's really interesting.
I was about to say, you've took a -4. I knew already.
I had Shaw, didn't I? So I was like, I'm not too sure.
Thing about it is you might have two players not at least starting games, because Garnacho started the first two. Haaland's back in now. He's starting, right? So Rashford's going to be on the left.
Starting.
He is, yeah. Haaland's starting.
Not too sure.
Or Martial. And then you've got Nketiah, who you've got Jesus now. So you could literally have Gabriel potentially subbed in if he starts.
Yeah,
but if
you
not,
get the minutes. Yeah.
You end up with 10 players. Oh, God, yeah.
It could be a shambles, could be a shit show this week. But fortunately for me, I've got Mbeumo.
What this panel has consisted of this evening is someone starting Gabriel, someone's benching Gabriel, and someone just transferred him out. That's quite hilarious.
We've got very mixed opinions and management styles.
Jack, just wildcard, mate. Just wildcard. It's not worth it.
I'm not going to. Do you know something? After you boys doing game week 1 last year, I'm just leaving it as that. I can't, even though I can't beat that. It's not as bad.
Oh,
but listen, I'm still feeling all right about it. There's every chance, right, of Jesus starting and Nketiah coming on and scoring a goal. There's every chance against Fulham. Every chance. So let's have a look. Obviously, I've got Mo Salah in there before he goes to Saudi Arabia. So hopefully that stays as it is. So yeah, just fingers crossed now. I've got to pray for the best. But Dalot, oh yeah, this is a good shout. Yeah, Dalot to start against Forest. Dalot, like,
he'll have to start because Malassi is also injured as well.
Malassi is injured, so Dalot's going to go left back. I can't see him moving Lindelof in and putting Martinez left back. I doubt that's going to happen. So Dalot's going to be the easy one to put in. Who else is? Any other messages here? Colin wants to see Anthony at left back. Bloody hell. I can't see that happen, but heaven forbid. As Koch, thanks for joining us. Want to join a random league? Kindly share your link. What you can do, mate, in the comments below, in the ticker, which you can see just below in the blue, there is the code JKOZYM is the code to join the league. Jump on, and then you can also jump in the Bitly link, not the Bitly link, the Linktree link, which is has a direct invite link. Thank you for that one. I hope to see you in there. Calvin, FPL, thanks for joining us as well, mate. All right, lads. All right to you, mate. How have you got on this week? What are you doing? What moves? Tell us all. And then Gary, if Salah goes, he can now afford a haircut, a bit like Chaza, using the head and shoulders as well. Christopher C says, Chaza, I think selling Watkins is going to bite a lot of people in the arse.
Yeah.
Unlike Chaza's kept hold of him, though. You've got him. Yours is a hold in it, mate.
Yeah. I'm a hold for now. Just not at the moment. I would prefer to have 2 free transfers next week. I think he's at Anfield too.
Yeah. Well, someone we're going to offload. Someone we're going to offload now is Reedy. He's going to exit the pod.
Yeah.
Bye, Reedy.
Yes, boys. I'm going to. You're going to probably chuck me out before I even say it. I know what you like, Jack. But thanks for it.
He just left, hasn't he?
No,
19 people witnessed that. My God. Oh, that's crazy.
There we go. See you later, Reedy.
Oh, he's off the planet at the moment.
Well, that was
Jack, what have we got to go?
Mate, I think we are pretty much done. I just want to do a shout out, though. I do want to say a big shout out to EPL Live. Them boys who've got the app. You can join their app in the link just below. So the boys have got the, if you've not downloaded it already, get onto it now. We're all using our new partner as of last year and of this year. It's built by football fans for football fans. It combines live scores and the most in-depth team and player stats alongside all the latest breaking news and highlights. Plus, our very own Chaza Roberts is writing FPL articles for them on their on the app as well. Chaza, you've been doing a bit of content on there for them?
I have for the last fortnight. Some very interesting talking points and players being mentioned too. So what I'm saying to the readers out there, keep your eyes peeled for potentially this coming game week. There might be some stern words contained.
Ooh. But Chaza, you're doing some great content on there, mate. So well done with that. I think you're getting some good exposure on there too. So I think that all helps and helps the pod and helps yourself as well. So happy days, mate. Keep all that great work, and thank you to EPL Live for the opportunity to do that and be their FPL provider, the voice. Love it. And Chaza, I think captains is last. I think obviously it's pretty obvious where it's going with captains, but I've also got Captain's Corner.
Captain's Corner. Well, unfortunately, I don't have a song, but there was an Instagram reel in regard to today. But Erling Haaland, I feel, is the top one. You don't need me with my own screen at the moment. Just go briefly. Haaland is quite the obvious one away at Sheffield United. You'd be dangerous not to go with him. Some other good options are Bukayo Saka at home to Fulham. I like the look of Julian Alvarez too. Should he start? Ooh. Plus Phil Foden. If they get going, I could see them combining quite well. Karen Matoma is another one, too, for Brighton. But if you really want to go super rogue, this wasn't mentioned earlier, go for it. Nicholas Jackson at home to Luton.
Wow. That's a big curveball, right?
Yeah. I didn't like how Luton defended away at Brighton after the 40-minute mark. I think Chelsea need to make a statement too under Mauricio Pochettino.
Yeah, no, good shouts there. I mean, for myself, I'm going Haaland, but if you do want to catch any further content of Chaz's, he has posted a reel on our Instagram at FPL Addicts Pod. You can jump on there and see that. Give us a follow as well. Why not? And keep up to date with some of the content we do post on there. That'll be a very kind of you guys. John David, obviously joining us from Malaysia for the first time. His midfield is Havertz, Saka, Rashford, Diaz, and Mbeumo. Thinking of Diaz to Foden or Grealish. Go on then.
I don't think Havertz is the FPL option we genuinely decided in the first place. I could see his position in our Arsenal team. I don't see how many attacking returns he would be able to conjure up, because you have that front three, and I don't really see him getting in there, especially with Jesus coming back, and Nketiah's been occupying that spot. Martin Odegaard, I think, is a free kick specialist, and I'm not sure who's discussed the penalties conversation too. So he's nowhere near that. I would keep Diaz too. I wouldn't go to a Man City asset.
Keep Diaz, potentially get rid of Havertz, if anyone, for Foden, Grealish, And Foden's probably the one as well,
Foden's the one, not Grealish at the moment.
Yeah. So, John, hopefully that helps you, mate. And if you could save the transfer as well and go into next week too. But I think jump onto Foden ready for this week. It would be pretty good. For Sheffield United, Sheffield United.
Yeah.
So
did you guys talk about the Arsenal penalty situation? Just briefly?
We did mention it, but you can have your say, mate.
I think Saka gains them back. The only reason why I felt Odegaard took it is because Sam Johnston is a really good penalty taker, study person, and he studied where Saka uses his spots to convert penalties. So that's why it was best to go Martin Odegaard, and Odegaard is trained on penalties during pre-season, and he did a couple at Real Madrid too.
Yeah, he's a good set, but as you said though, he's a set piece specialist as well, mate. Yes. So I think and he's El Capitano and he as well. So he's a cool character and experience. But yeah, I think that's it, Chaza. I mean, have you got anything else from your side that you want to chat?
Not particularly. No, I'm glad I joined in at the right time when I had to. So it was great.
No, absolutely, mate. Well, it's a pleasure to have you on, and thanks for jumping on towards the end of the pod. And you managed to get your preview in as well. So listen, top of the league, Chaza, for one more week potentially. How are you feeling?
It's early days, or just how many times do people say this cliche week on week? Might be me, but I like my team at the moment. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I actually thought you were going to say it's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's also that too.
Famous FPL saying. But yeah, no, listen, congrats, mate. You're top of the league. So keep that up and good luck for this game week. Hopefully, Nketiah can make it happen for me. And good luck with it. Would be big. And I can't wait for next week on the pod if that does happen.
Oh, yeah.
It could be a bit tasty. But listen, everyone, thanks for joining us today. If you are listening for the first time, please do hit that subscribe button. Everyone who's watching, please hit the like button. That does help up. Give that thumbs up. It does help the pod. It does help the YouTube algorithm grow and grow and grow to get more new viewers and more banter, more content, which we'd love to bring to you guys. Good luck for game week 3. We will see you in game week 4. And also don't forget to give us a follow on our Instagram at FPL Addicts Pod and also on Twitter or X at FPL Addicts Pod. And our names are in the display names as well. We'll see you next time. See you later.
See you next time.